chance to make the playoffs. Still 80% chance even if they lose. But Denver, the difference of a win and a loss in that tightly compacted bottom of the AFC wildcard race with a whole bunch of seasons still to go. A little bit of an idea of what's at stake in the last 10 and a half of this one. Alexander Madison.
Well, and really the only thing that so far has kept Denver in this game, like a week ago and 2 weeks ago, is the fact that they've got a 3-0 advantage with the turnover ratio. And teams so far this year with a 3-0 advantage, 3-29. So, I mean, you just don't win many games. Vikings obviously still with the lead here, but they're going to have to clean it up.
A quarter century since the Broncos have had a run like this. Takeaways in 3 games. Madison for a yard. McMillan's in there again. Along with Nick Benito. They'll set up third down. Chris, you mentioned it feels like the Steelers. Every time I see Russell Wilson, I see the score 17-15. Feels like a Seahawks game from the Pete Carroll, Russell Wilson days.
The Broncos up in a blitz look.
3rd and 4. Bring it 4. Dobbs. Middle. Deflected and nearly intercepted. Surtain got a hand on it. Jewell couldn't secure it, but it is a 3-and-out.
Man, I tell you what, the Broncos and their secondary have been so close to 3 of these. Watch the crossing route coming across the field. Hand on it, balls tipped up in the air. And maybe but for the fact that they were faking the blitz with their 2 linebackers and had to sprint backwards out of there, maybe they're more stationary and can get that tip off of that play. Dobbs stood in there great, but that is the 3rd one that looked like it was going to be intercepted.
Marvin Mims leads the league. It's a fake, and the upback's going to take it. Ty Chandler, a big run. Chandler inside the 40. What a big dice roll by Kevin O'Connell. I was wondering if they were going to run out of time on the play clock. They come out with 8 on the play clock, snap it quick, and Chandler runs for 31.
And they knew by formation that they had this edge right there if they wanted it. And they took advantage. This is one of those audibles at the line of scrimmage, and then the edge player made it even easier by going inside, and that was a layup, but that took a lot of guts.
Andrew DePaula had a heck of a snap. He's the all-pro long snapper. It was perfect on that odd angle. Madison stopped. Jonathan Cook has been all over the field. There was flag thrown in the middle of the line front.
Holding. Offense number 56. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Garrett Bradbury, the center, who's in the middle there. We talked about DePaula and the snap. Just recently, in the last few years, they added the long snapper position to the all-pro team. Hey, this is a short snap. You got to be dialed in on this at this odd angle. Late breaking the huddle. Perfect. Perfectly. All the small stuff. So that's 53 guys who all work on. The punter, he's part of it too. Whoa, it was a bad snap. Ryan Wright. Not so much.
And part of it too is the gunner on the outside took his guy to the boundary to open up that lane even more.
Number 48, it's 1st and 20. Dobbs to Madison. Jewell strings him out. Getting hit at the end of the play by Alex Singleton. And Zach Allen may have gotten the worst of that. As the defensive end inside was engaged, trying to bring down Madison when the big hit happened. An injury timeout. The 50-year man out of Boston College. Athletic training staff out, and we'll step out. As Zach Allen got back up, was feeling so good, he was back in the huddle, but can't do that. Came out for a play, gave him a stop before this hit. Bent as the contact came from his teammate Alex Singleton. It's 2nd and 21 for Dobbs. In some trouble, trying to make something happen, tries to get free. He's kept this one alive. It'll be a gain of 1. Baron Browning chased him to the sideline. It'll be third down, coming up third and long for Minnesota.
When he made that spin move, it was a little Russell Wilson mesh, wasn't it? We saw that a week ago too. But give credit to these guys for keep playing hard. Baron Browning just kept hustling. Now you're at least hoping to get a swing at a field goal here.
And we are in Denver, so 10 yards can get you to realistic field goal range for Joseph. Dobbs throws, it's complete, and again it's Chandler with space, and Chandler gets the first down. The reach at the last second tied Chandler, the fake punt, and now the third down conversion.
It's a terrific call that time. They're going to cross everybody across the field and leave all that space over there with nobody else in that zone defense. And then it's just a foot race against the linebacker Singleton. That does not happen by accident. That's one of those plays they understood.
You're going to get a challenge here, Chris, from Sean Payton. Let's see the knee down where the ball is on the contact and the tackle. Knee down there.
Denver has challenged the ruling in the field if the runner made the line to gain. The previous plays under review.
Right down the line, you saw the pylon cam as well, under review.
After further review, the runner's knee was down with the ball short of the line to gain. They're giving Minnesota ball fourth down at the dead ball spot. Please set the game clock to 7 minutes and 6 seconds, the play clock to 40 seconds. Both clocks will start on my signal. Thank you.
Right, so Sean Payton will keep the timeout to get a third challenge if needed. So, Chris, what do you do here, 4th and 1? We're really half yard.
I mean, I see no reason to do anything but a quarterback sneak, but I would go on a long count. I would make them believe that I was trying to get them to jump off sides, and somewhere around the 5th or 6th hunt, I would quarterback sneak it, because you can't stay that intense the whole time as a defensive line.
This is the best team in the league on 3rd or 4th and 1. They've only been stopped twice this season until tonight, where they're 2 for 4.
And the hard part here is because your center wants to get down so low, you got to make sure you get this snap.
Dobbs has it. The pile moves forward. Looks to be a first down for the Vikings. So on the drive, a fake punt is converted. A 3rd and 20 is converted. And now a 4th and 1.
Yeah, and anytime you get the jump over the top, I think you lose the possibility of winning that maul, I think it's called. Am I saying that right? Because now you're taking one of your 240-pound guys and not pushing on the pile.
This drive stays alive. So they converted the 3rd and 20. They got 19 of the 20 on that. And then that 1 yard. So first down, and Dobbs goes to the air. Back to the middle of Hockenson. Josie Jewell very active in the second half. It's a gain of 3 as we go under 6 minutes left in this one.
Yeah, it just shows a lot of courage, I think, on the part of Kevin O'Connell and a lot of trust in his quarterback, Joshua Dobbs, to come out and throw it on first down. It's the right decision. It's the right thing to do. But with the number of turnovers they've had already in this game and losing that turnover battle 3-0, it just shows that he is going to stay aggressive and continue to believe in his quarterback.
Denver bringing the heat. Dobbs with a punt and a throw in the middle. Hockenson again at the 11-yard line. They say he was touched. TJ got up right away. It's 1st and 10 for the Vikings.
And that's the problem, because now it's the Broncos who are wanting to bring pressure, and when you do that, now you're one-on-one.
Contact, Minnesota's ball, 1st and 10.
You're one-on-one with a safety at that point, and that's where Hawkinson's been winning all year.
That's 4 on the night. There's the contact at the ankle. 75 catches on the year for TJ. That's a try to bounce. Gonna get nothing. The play was made by the penetration from Mike Purcell. the defensive line. Time now becoming a factor.
It's really interesting, isn't it, Mike? Because you've got to, how are you going to play this? Are you playing this for a touchdown to lock it up and win the game? A field goal, you go, well, my defense has kept them out of the end zone all night. They've only been kicking field goals, but have I pushed that too far? And in general, the Vikings defense have given up a lot more touchdowns in the second half than the first.
They came intent to run the ball. It's been their best rushing effort of the season. Again. Big second hit on Chandler by Singleton. 3rd and 10 coming up inside of 4 in regulation.
I don't know if that was a true read option play or not, but it sure looked like if he had taken that thing and run that way, well, I guess they were sitting out there on him, Browning was.
That's not the same thing you do. There's a lot of green grass over the top of the screen.
But again, we've seen it throughout the course of his 3 games. Dobbs running in this situation has really been huge for the Minnesota Vikings.
From the 12 against the blitz, Dobbs in trouble, puts it up for grabs, incomplete. Sertana the coverage, Addison the intended receiver. Singleton led the pressure. Fans chanting complete. Here comes the field goal unit.
They sent the house. We've seen it come from the other side, but now they're going to bring Singleton and multiple people across the line of scrimmage. No way to block all that. There wasn't anybody open instantly. And I'll bet you Dobbs' heart skipped a beat when he lobbed that thing out there because anything can happen from there. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Shorten this up a little bit. The holder just jumped up about a half yard. It's going to be a 30-yard field goal attempt for Joseph. Good for 34 and good for 30 tonight. And Denver's going to need the touchdown. 5-point game, 3:17 to go. And we've had some key plays here in the fourth quarter. Chris, go back to the Jerry Jeudy near touchdown in the end zone.
Yeah, they were going to take their shot here. Had to get it out quickly. Jeudy had a chance at it and just couldn't do it. The fake punt so far, the biggest play of this game, still to come. And then 3rd and 20, the late delay throw to the flat after they cleared that entire zone to Ty Chandler and set up that 4th and 1. And now you ask your defense to do it one more time.
Russell Wilson's been in this situation, seems like his whole Seattle career, right? And it's the Broncos again in another close game, and the Vikings in another close game. Remember, they won all those close games last year. All 11 of those one-score games, setting an NFL mark for doing that.
And how you play the clock from here is interesting as well, because of the fact that everybody has all their timeouts. Do you want to have a possible 2 bites of the apple, so you kind of hurry it up, go quickly, so that even if you have to punt, you'll still have another chance?
Touchback. Wilson will get it at the 20, or Wilson will get it at the 25-yard line. There's the number 38. Only Matthew Stafford has led more of these final minute game-winning drives down at the end of the game. And Wilson did it so often in Seattle, those scramble plays and making things happen. That was absent last year.
We've seen Russell Wilson run the ball once tonight. I'm guessing we'll see at least 1 or 2 in this drive. But I'm really curious, are they going to play it to hold it the rest of the way and just win it at the end and leave the Vikings no time? Or are they going to pick up the pace right here?
Again to the 25. Start Thomas down. Javonte Williams. Nothing there. That Minnesota defense was on it. DJ Wanham and Byron Murphy. You know, you see Harrison Smith out there for the Vikings. He's their safety, and he's the last person we talked to for the Vikings last night. And he said, you know, Russell Wilson, you keep him in check, and I've played against him a bunch of times when he was obviously playing for Seattle in the same conference. And then all of a sudden, at just the last second, no matter what happens in the game, he gives a team a chance. He uses his legs to make some big play. Will that be what happens here tonight? Picked up, Wilson, throwing downfield, little Jordan Humphrey. Incomplete. And it's 3rd and 10.
It's a good job by Wilson with those pump fakes. He was trying to draw that safety inside and did. Little Jordan Humphrey had a chance at that when it really wasn't that bad a throw. There's the pump fake to freeze that safety back outside. Did he have a chance for this? Would have been a good one.
He has 5 catches on the year. So 3rd and 10. And they're going to run on 3rd and 10. They'll run up the middle with Samaje Perine gets 7 to the 32. And Payton's going to go for it here inside of 3 minutes.
Which is definitely interesting, too. Clearly, he planned on going for it on 4th down here, and so now he's got it set up. But there's also an argument to be made with the 2-minute warning and 3 timeouts. You could easily punt this.
So 4th and 3. Wilson adjusting the play.
He just can't jump off sides here.
They break 3 again. Wilson going to scramble, then lofted. And it's hauled in with one hand. Is it complete or not? We have the flag. It's ruled a catch on the field and the flag. Cortland Sutton coming up with it.
Well, it's going to be defensive pass interference no matter what. So this is going to be a 1st down.
And now the conversation is catch or not. They ran down to the spot where the catch happened. Nobody said incomplete on the field.
Pass interference. Defense, number 40. The penalty is declined. Result of the play. 1st down, Denver.
So it is a catch.
See if Pace ends up tugging the jersey as Sutton makes this adjustment right there.
What a catch. What a catch. Man. Beauty.
He's been doing it all year. He really has.
So it takes to the 45-yard line with 2:19 left. Flag throwing even though declined. That buys the Broncos the snap on this side of the 2-minute warning. Man rush. Gets it underneath. Samaje Perine. Got 10. Got a 1st down at the 45 of Minnesota. Come to the line quick. Don't think there's enough time to get something off here, and it'll be the 2-minute warning. So the Broncos on the move. 5-point game as we hit the 2-minute mark of this one, and important for both teams in the playoff picture. You could make an argument it's more important with Denver because of the hole they're trying to climb out of in the AFC with all those teams in there.
Yeah, but because it's a 5-point game, it's easy now, right? You understand what you have to do. You have the timeouts. The clock really should not be a factor at all for the Denver Broncos here. And we know what this one means really for both these franchises.
Yes. You jump up Denver to 5-5 with a win. They get closer to Houston. What a story Houston's made, by the way, and Pittsburgh. They're at 6-4. Now, the Minnesota story is interesting when you look at them. Detroit has had an unbelievable season. The Lions go into Thanksgiving with the best record they've ever had since 1962. They're 8-2. Philly up there at 8-1. The Vikings are 2 behind the Lions, but they still play Detroit twice. Week 16 and week 18. So if they can stay within 2 games, Minnesota will have their chance to win the division. So that's why all of these games so important for the Vikings for division hopes and then looking backwards at the wild card.
Well, and I was fishing around a little bit with the coaches and the staff over there with the Minnesota Vikings, and I said, does a win here give you a chance to sit out Justin Jefferson another week? And I got a couple little wry smiles like maybe, but a loss here may force your hand to try and get back to win the next one and make that one all important. So there is a lot on the line in these last 44 and a half yards or so.
Vikings play the Bears in downtown Minneapolis at US Bank next Monday night. Business here in Denver now. Vikings by 5. Broncos on the move.
I got 40. Russell is getting them to show what they're doing with that snap count.
He ran again out of the backfield. 10 on the last one. On this one, he gets 17 yards to the 28-yard line. So the Broncos in great shape here with a $1.50 and all their timeouts.
And for whatever reason, the four-man rush has not worked at all in this game. They've had success with three. They've had success with a more all-out six-man rush. The four-man rush, they've been getting caught.
This time, despite Russell, who throws, he runs again. It's 3 yards. What the football is out of bounds? It bounced out of bounds before Ivan Pace could get on it. The fumble rules in the last 2 minutes. The ball will come back to the spot. It'll be at the 23-yard
The
line.
ball was fumbled forward and out of bounds, and we brought back to the spot of the foul. The spot of the fumble.
And the clock keeps moving, more importantly, in that situation as well. Down to a minute 18 as it's been stopped for a second here. I'm not sure why.
Denver's called its first charge timeout of the half. This is a 30-second timeout.
Well, here we go. It's what this entire game has been. We've seen the Broncos right here in this part of the field, and they can't score a touchdown. And if they can't score a touchdown again, then they lose. But they also have the added benefit of that fourth down. You know you're going for it, so your play calling can be different, just like it was a few plays ago for Sean when they decided to run it there on third down.
Mentioned the one-possession record-setting season for the Vikings last year, and Viking fans had all year to regrow their fingernails and you're chopping them off again. Here we are, potentially game 10 of a one-possession game in this season. We still have another month and a half to go.
Well, and Minnesota may be thinking about using their timeouts here as well.
Clock's at 1:21. Javonte Williams is now the running back. The Broncos running it all down here. Got the pressure. Wilson fires, throws it away. In the direction of Mims. 75 seconds left.
It's just such an interesting scheme. It really is, and what Brian Flores is doing to not give up those one-on-one man coverage post patterns for touchdowns that so many times these guys that want to play these zero blitzes, they have protection in behind it. But here it is, third down now, and looks like they could be pressuring again.
3rd and 4. They bring one extra. Wilson checking it down. Here on first down again out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So Samaje Perine, 4 catches on this drive for 40 yards and 3 first downs.
It's so interesting. Samaje Perine with the Cincinnati Bengals for so long, and he's a pass protector. He understands protections, but he also understood there that was just a 4-man rush, so he could get out in the rat and play add-on out there, and he has been killing the Vikings more than anybody on this drive.
Now 109 remaining. Gotta go. They do. Vikings bring the heat again. Wilson throwing, it's up for grabs, and is caught for the touchdown by Sutton. Got to get out of that mile-high meet and greet. We got a 2-point conversion coming up to try to take a 3-point lead.
Sutton looked like a high jumper on that one. Planted that plant foot and jumped and turned and made it easily.
We're going to get a timeout from the Broncos to set it up.
If you were going to watch in Paris, the Olympics and the high jump, there's the plant foot, jump straight up in the air, Could have been a Fosbury flop over the back. And just too big, too strong, and he has been that all season long for the Broncos.
He gets that second foot down just before that hand comes down. Oh, great body control. And how many times have we seen Russell Wilson over the years, late in the game, put one up for grabs, and only his guy goes up to get it. And the Minnesota Vikings will have some time to work with here in this one. 1:03 on the clock.
I mean, Mike, that's a coverage where you're not throwing it to an open space. You're throwing it to a guy that you consider to be a better athlete and a better rebounder than the replacement cornerback they had in Mekhi Blackman.
All right, so here is the two-point conversion. Pirine was in for a good part of the drive. Javonte Williams in for this conversion. Sean Payton talking right up to that 15-second limit on the communication to the quarterback. Mims in motion. Hits Williams. Stopped on the edge. And a field goal can win. DJ Wanham with the big stop. So it's 21-20.
Well, if you watched the game a week ago against the Buffalo Bills, you'll remember this one. Cortland Sutton, first Russell Wilson with the loop-de-loop, throwing it to the corner of the end zone somehow, some way, toes down. And then when it mattered most tonight, that's when you start to believe in the big guy. Just a tremendous play. It really is. And for Russell Wilson to understand that coverage was there. Blackman was in position to make a play. He just was not big enough to out-rebound Cortland Sutton. It's a long way from over, though.
You got it. I was thinking the same thing. You're talking a place where 60-yard field goals can be made with the altitude, so Minnesota will need to get to the Denver 43. Give themselves some sort of a look at it. Will there be any kickoff return? The answer is no. It's taken care of by the long kick by Will Lutz. And over the years, Denver and the Denver fans and the defense have been such a part of one of the great atmospheres of the NFL. And here we go for one more chapter of it against Josh Dobbs and the Vikings.
And this is when all those little things that you've gone over in training camp come to light. And all those little things that Joshua Dobbs was not a part of. It gets very difficult in this building right now.
His dad Robert in the stands watching. The 25 to Hawkinson. Knocked down incomplete. Big hit Justin Simmons. Went up against Hawkinson and knocked it away.
Same sort of play, right, as the touchdown. You just have to be able to hang on to it.
The birthday boy comes up with a knockdown. Second down. They need about 35 yards. Dobbs complete sideline, one short. Well, the first down is Jordan Addison. 54 seconds, third down and 1.
Yeah, that was big. If Jordan Addison would have realized exactly where he was on the field, he would have a chance to take one step up for that first down out of bounds. And now you still have to think about this from I've got to convert this first down first.
You got your 3 timeouts, so you can go any route you want on the play sheet. Go out of the shotgun. And will throw. Dobbs in trouble here. Keeping it alive. Chase from behind. He got away. And he got the first down. The mark is right at the 35. He says fourth down. The down judge goes up with fourth down. Just shy of the line. Watch where his knee comes down where the ball is. Oh, what a job by Browning. Look at Browning pulling his arm back there as he comes down.
So that shin was down on his left leg.
There it is.
Right there. That's a heck of a call by that official.
That was the down judge, Max Causey, and it's a heck of a play, too, by Browning, pulling at that right arm so he can't extend it.
But it does a lot of good things there, because now if you go quarterback sneak, you got to unpile. Broncos going to stay on the pile. You're going to have to burn a timeout in all likelihood.
Again, best in the league coming in on 4th and 1. Got to have 4th and inches.
All night long, it's been Hawkinson coming in behind Dobbs.
Dobbs keeps it, gets it. Timeout, Kevin O'Connell. Like you said, Chris, they've got to use it there. 41 to go.
Yeah, it would have taken you 7 or 8 seconds to unpile that one. So good use of the timeout there. You know, this isn't the game between the two top teams in the NFL, right? But this one means a lot to these two teams.
Right.
This is a really big deal. And if somehow the Broncos come out of here with this thing, everybody starts to believe. And if the Vikings come out of it, that's 6 wins in a row.
Chris, when we were down on the field before the game, it was not windy. The wind has picked up as it's gotten a little bit colder. It's not a lot, but it's swirling. Maybe into Joseph, the kicker for the Vikings, going in this direction. And they need about 23 or 24 yards to be thinking about that kick. Dobbs, Hawkinson, once again, Justin Simmons.
Just 2 big plays. I mean, it really is. Simmons has been one of the best in all of football for a long while now, and these plays are really just making a difference. All Pro 3 of the last 4 years, and another punch out.
The 30th birthday guy coming up with a big play. Back-to-back on this drive. 2nd and 10. Bringing a little pressure this time. Dobbs eludes one. He's in trouble here. They almost got him, and he gets rid of it. Throws it away. Down to the tackle box, past the line of scrimmage. But it's 3rd and 10, and it's 28 seconds left.
Yeah, I think you've got to continue to pressure him here. You're seeing the pressure having an impact. He's been patient all night long. We've shown some of the great escapes and the ability to get out of there. But these are not threatening plays down the field. The pressure alone is making a difference here late against Dobbs.
And it's funny, we talk about Minnesota's pressure being the story of the night. Denver's pressure when it matters most. Play clock running way down here. Way down. Got the snap off in time. Dobbs flushed again. Just puts it forward. That ball's out. It is ruled an incomplete pass. And if that's the case, there's nobody over there, right?
It's definitely intentional grounding at this point.
Absolutely. So inside the last 2 minutes, it's a 10-second runoff with intentional grounding, or you use the timeout, buy yourself out. That would be the last timeout Minnesota would have before 4th down.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 15. If you stop down, walks it down, it'll be 4th down. Minnesota has elected to take their final timeout of the half to avoid the 10-second runoff. The clock will start on the snap.
We'll be down to one play. DJ Jones will pressure up the middle, pulling at that shirt of Dobbs.
Well, now you really miss Justin Jefferson. But this is where some of those bigger receivers come into play. And Hawkinson, Oliver, can you send one down the field and have them out-rebound somebody here? You are in a big hole now.
Jefferson did it in Buffalo last year, 4th and long. Similar 4th and 25. Gotta have it. Dobbs with time. Loads through the middle. Incomplete. And the Broncos will win. Minnesota had control of the game, couldn't punch it in for the touchdown after they kept that drive alive in the fourth. And the Broncos defense comes up with two strong efforts on this series to close it out. Melissa will interview the star of the game on the Chevrolet postgame, and Chris and I look ahead to Thanksgiving night, the 49ers and the Seahawks in just a few seconds. The Minnesota 5-game win streak will end in 16 seconds. This is the 45th anniversary of the miracle of the Meadowlands. The Joe Kozarczyk fumble, scooped up by Herm Edwards, but not tonight. Russell Wilson, Sean Payton, and the Broncos, who started 1-5, are now 5-5.
Good game. Good luck yesterday.
And Josh Dobbs drops his first start for the Vikings. Won the prior one and relieved of that incredible comeback in Atlanta as the rain starts to fall as soon as this game winds up.
And the turnovers beat them. I mean, that was at the end of the day, they had a chance to win it, but it proves itself true one more time. You turn the ball over like that and don't get any in return, tough to win a game.
Russell Wilson moves to 8-1 in his career against Minnesota. Terrific ball game. Felt like it was going to be a tight one. It was till the end. The difference in the Rockies was Sutton at the summit. Goes up to get it. It's the game-winning touchdown. And Russell Wilson continuing to prove, after the doubters from last year, that he can still get it done. Cortland Sutton's 8th touchdown of the year. 5 games in a row with one. One of the reasons this team has flipped it around from 1-5 to 5-5. Josh Dobbs and the Vikings still very much in the picture in the NFC. Couldn't find the miracle this time around. Broncos 21, Vikings 20. Chevrolet postgame is coming up. But first, these messages from your local NBC station.